a beautiful view on the British Virgin Islands.
Yes, we are on Brewers Bay and it is gorgeous. It's a beautiful day. We've made it here safely and we're excited to do another segment of Walking with the Wrights.
Yeah, this is our first full day on the island of Tortola. And wow, it's been a great day, because if you've watched some of our other Walking with the Wrights, you might remember I fried my DJI Pro camera.
Yes, and we spent half a day in St. Thomas driving everywhere to find another camera. And guess what? They don't sell cameras in St. Thomas.
No cameras in St. Thomas. So I read online there's a place called Class Electronics. That's K-L-A-S-S.
Not a paid promotion.
Not a paid promotion. On Tortola. So the first thing we did when we arrived here yesterday afternoon, head down there, and good news, I was able to purchase, or we were, a Pocket Pro 3, the most updated one, at a very reasonable price. Here's our first full day. Let me flip the camera around one more time. And I don't think this really is a tourist beach, because there's no like parking or vendors or anything else. This is just one of those beautiful, isolated Virgin Island beaches.
Which is kind of funny, because Brewers Bay on St. Thomas was pretty much the same.
Yep.
It was gorgeous and not real crowded, and we loved it there. So
yeah.
I can see that we're going to love it here too.
We sure are. So speaking of mishaps, maybe that's the theme of this Walking with the Wrights. We've traveled all over the Caribbean and elsewhere and have had several mishaps.
Yeah.
What was you can think of, Becky?
Well, the number one mishap, I would have to say, would be our second time to Punta Cana. We went to Punta Cana on our honeymoon, and it was amazing. We didn't have a single issue. It was perfect. So the second time we went was actually the cause of a different mishap, where we thought we were going to be going to Brazil for my 50th birthday, but we didn't realize you had to have a passport and a visa, so we ended up back in Punta Cana last minute just so that we could still get away. So then... That's
a major mishap right there.
Yeah.
I mean, we had an extensive plan for Rio de Janeiro.
Yes.
Fell through, so we booked last minute trip down to Punta Cana, packed our luggage, threw our cameras into our suitcases.
Yes, and that was our rookie mistake, which we know better. We always carry everything of value in our backpacks, but for some reason we stuck that camera in our suitcase, and our
suitcases
got delayed.
So they didn't arrive. Before we go on, let me show you this. Here is a fisherman out here. We talked to him a minute ago.
Yes.
He had just caught a nice little grouper.
He's been here 8 months working on the island.
And he also has a YouTube channel. We'll put that in the description.
Called Hooked Together.
Hooked Together. So check out Hooked Together YouTube channel. All right, so we arrive in Punta Cana on the resort, and we do not have our luggage. We just have our carry-ons. So we get to the room, we unpack real quick, and we're like, we're starving, let's go to the restaurant. And we saw a couple of what looked like maids kind of hanging around late at night, and it struck me kind of odd, but I didn't do anything about it. So we went to dinner, came home, went to bed, and then in the middle of the night I was like, I wonder if my iPad's still here.
Because we did have that.
Yeah, we had my iPad.
We haven't gotten our luggage yet, but we did have the iPad.
Yeah, so guess what? iPad gone.
Yes.
Someone had entered our room, and I'm not accusing the maids.
Well, they were the only ones that could get in, and they did show.
They had keys. So.
The management did say they had swiped into our room, but they couldn't prove they'd taken it. But it was gone, so they did upgrade us. That was one good thing. They upgraded us to the VIP section.
They did, but it actually wasn't a great VIP. Remember the shower, the tub leaked with water on the floor. Yeah, they upgraded us. But our original room actually seemed nicer. It was smaller, but nicer. So anyway, it didn't get off to a good start, and so our luggage was scheduled to arrive the next day.
It gets there and Bo opens it up
and our cameras were missing, I think a few other things too, right?
Yes, we had our underwater camera, the underwater casing, and immediately the driver was like, oh, just fill out a form, they'll reimburse you. It was like he was already prepared.
Yeah. To make a long story short, we tell security, just let us check his van. So anyway, I look at the security guard and said, I want to open the glove compartment. And so the security guard kind of gives me a halfway nod to open the glove compartment, and guess what?
All of our stuff
was there as well as a bunch of other stuff. Perfume, jewelry.
Yeah, Bo kept pulling stuff out going, is this yours? I'm like, no, that's not mine. I don't want anybody else's stuff. I just want my stuff. And honestly, like, we don't care about things so much. Honestly, we really don't. But we were there to dive, and we would not have been able to take any footage of our dive. As we now know, you can't find cameras anywhere.
Yeah.
So the most disappointing thing was we would have not had our camera. That was the biggest thing that I was upset about. Oh, are we gonna be able to walk through here?
Oh, look at this, yeah. Get to the edge and just show you around these beautiful boulders. I hope I do not fall down. They're starting to get slick, and I just have flip-flops on, but it's beautiful. Look at that. Looks like we have 3 people swimming over here. We're gonna come out and do some snorkeling around these rocks. All right, so you might be wondering, why do the WrightSights have so many mishaps? Well, you just saw. We do things that aren't smart sometimes. I'm hiking rocks in worn out flip-flops, and Becky, she has her phone, her purse, and she is making her way down the shoreline.
Success!
There she comes. Yeah, another mishap kind of like this I remember. Last mishap before we conclude the video, we were on St. Croix several years ago. We were driving down the road and we had all these vines down the road, okay? And so Becky stops the car and we get out and she was like, I'm gonna swing on the vines. So she grabbed one of the vines, started swinging, and it broke. She hit her bottom. I felt so bad for her. I could tell she was in pain right away.
Oh wait, I want to say one about you though.
No.
Bo gets so excited almost every vacation that at least once he runs into the water with his keys and wallet in his pocket. Almost every year.
I've done that many times. So that is another edition of Walking with the WrightSights. Hope you enjoyed that one. A few of our adventures and mishaps.
So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, and if you can like, comment, and share, we appreciate it so much. You all have a great day.